Hello, everyone. I don't know if you noticed on your own path that there are times when you have those crazy dreams, really working in the dream state a lot. And after a while, and in certain transitional phase, you have those when you kind of don't remember that much of your dreams. And before, it was so detailed and it was really, really active and really, really so alive and so vivid. And I've noticed last year also when all of a sudden my dream state was not as active, or it was active but I did not remember, I could not recall it. Sometimes I held the my amethyst crystal and said, okay, initiate complete dream recall, and then it came, and then I could remember, and I relaxed my mind and I remembered the detailed information. But somehow right now, and I don't know, since probably it started a few weeks ago, I have a hard time recalling my dreams. But the funny thing is, anytime we think that something is wrong, we're putting an extra stress on ourselves when in fact we just have to accept the change, because we are moving forward, we are really transitioning and progressing in a different way. It's just that it's so different that we have a hard time accepting it and wrap our brain around it. And it's just this, the way I could really word this, like intuition and all those things, when we needed the dream state in order to see things and feel things and know things. Now I would say it's converting and transitioning into the instant knowing. It's like we are not, because sometimes back then, when I had those very, very, very strong dream times and phases in my processing and growth and evolution, it was that I love to go to sleep just to get answers. And of course, we were going through dissolving certain things from our past, and so that's why all that stuff was coming up. And then you grow and you grow and you change and you change and you keep changing, so everything is changing. And this is exactly what it is. It's nothing is as constant as change, and so you have to constantly re evaluate in that sense, and re-accept those changes and really adapt to them, and not thinking that something is wrong or something, oh my god, you lost your ability. No, you're just coming into, you're converting in intuition, which is your highest educational system built in, is in a way it's converting into this instant knowing. It's you will not need to go to sleep in order to get answers. These answers just there. These it's gonna it's actually you're embodying it, that instant answer, this instant knowing is just knowing. And it's just, you just know. And there will be no more um, overthinking or working in those areas like you had done it in the past. It's gonna be a much more stable, sturdy, efficient way of being. And this is exactly what's happening. So there were other people also commenting on Facebook, on my posts or whatever, that they did not remember their dreams, and I was not remembering. And then dreams come back again, and then all that stuff. And it's you will have those stages. Um, but those type of things, or those type of premonitions which are coming through dreams, will come in another way. It's converting, it's in transition, and we are moving ahead just in a different way. Okay. So this was all about accepting changes on your path and in the embodiment process. Or let's say one morning I woke up and I also stated, okay, don't remember my dreams, whatever. And then instantly came allow integration, allow integration, because it's a period, it's you are in the integration and embodiment period, and this is, you just have to allow it. And the only mistake there is, and a few years ago I wrote about this, because at that time I was channeling all those information from a higher self, which was the mental stuff. I had to write it down, but that was just an information. And then when you are in the integration period and the embodiment period, which is beyond resurrection in that sense, okay, so you're embodying your your frequency of omnipotence and really the full power embodied in your body, and really holding on to it. And it's not going to be an effort of holding on to it, like holding on to the mental stuff, and say, okay, I have to remember this, I have to remember that, I have, oh, what should I do, creating another rules or dogma stuff way. But it's gonna be effortless. That is who you will be and are, and it's this integration, and you just have to allow it, and don't think that there is a mistake in existence. There is no mistake in existence, but the thought and the belief that you harbor, maybe still in your mind, that there is a mistake. There is no mistake. It's impossible. It is so well orchestrated that I cannot even tell. It is just perfect. So you will not need those conversations with you to hold on to your self-confidence or hold on to your beliefs, and not even beliefs, because there are no beliefs anymore, because it's just gone, because even belief structures are still, some holds on to certain dogmas or conditioning, because beliefs are still in a way a conditioned way. And when you're pure, when you become this pure vessel in mind, body, and spirit, because spirit is pure, but your whole body will become this. It's the instant knowing. Instant knowing. It's just, there will there will be no doubts anymore. It's like, I would say, the embodiment of self faith and self trust, which is unshakable self confidence, unshakable self trust, and unshakable self knowing. And I mean, there is, no more doubts. There is no more, there is unity within you, which is unshakable. It will not be shakable by anything externally, not people, nor circumstances, nor whatever, whoever does anything. You're gonna be this unshakable rock of omnipotence, this frequency that cannot be influenced. There will be no influence. This is when you emanate your whole sturdy God self. You will know instantly. There will be no hesitations anymore. Okay, what should I do? What should I do? What should I think? Okay, you're gonna get rid of that, the mind, which was full of doubts, which was full of all those things, because you had underlying insecurities and fears and crap within you, which was a conditional crap. That was all the work of the mind, created the doubt and the judge, the whatever, the doubtful self, the, all those fragmentations which were created by traumas. It's all gonna be gone. You are an instant knower, a God. There is nothing and no one that can take anything away from you ever again. Because basically, that part of you which was created in traumatic experiences, even in past lives and in this lives and in childhood and crap and all that stuff that you did bring in, the DNA of your father and the DNA of your mother, which were people were unconscious. So you got all their shit, all their doubts, all their crap because it was in you. It's the moment you came out of the birth canal, man, and you were made with all their fears, all their doubts, all their insecurities. So we had to clear that shit off. And then the bloodlines all the way back, grandparents, grand, and all that crap, to 7 generations. So the seven density is all about that. So if you were actually, I would say, if your family went through um, sudden poverty, I don't know, change of financial situations, I don't know, a lot of hurt, a lot of things. Like my grandmother was raped, by a Russian soldier during the war and all that stuff. And, I was identifying with her, all that stuff. So all this stuff, this really, or being born to a mother who did not know how to love herself, and then you're gonna have this, or a father who was an alcoholic and a lot of insecurities, did not know how to stand up for himself. He was a weak man in that sense, spiritually, not because then he became alcoholic. I mean, all addictions is like you trying to find yourself. You just don't know what's wrong with you in that sense, which is nothing wrong with you, but since you don't know how to hold on to yourself, uh, I don't know, with your parents or wife or whatever, and then you try to escape that. I recommend everybody um, the movie The Fox and the Child. Beautiful movie. It's all in nature. It's really like if you're very in your sensitive period and everything hurts, it's like little needles and thorns, everything. You're so sensitive because you're integrating. And and in that movie, it is just so wonderfully showing what love is and what love is not. And it's a wonderful movie. I really recommend it to anybody to watch it. I watched it in English, I watched it in Hungarian, I shared it. I really recommend it to anybody, and it's so beautiful and easy to understand. Okay, so accept changes, accept the process of processing and the changes that you go through during integration. Allow yourself the downtime, the rest. I remember when I was doing workshops of, like in 2010 or something, or 11. And, after a while, I came home after a few workshops, and, the next morning it just came, rest, destined for greatness, just rest in your being. And basically, this is exactly what you need to do. This is what you learn. This is what you're gonna be. This you're gonna be this. I mean, really, the greatest doubters, and whatever that you came from, or whatever your path is this lifetime, gonna be the ones who will have unshakable confidence, unshakable peace within themselves, because this is what we're all looking for. No matter what you want to create in this world, in your world, basically you're looking for to end the war within yourself. You're just looking for that peace of mind. You just want to be in harmony. You just want to be in balance, in total balance and total harmony. This is what we all are trying to do. And no matter what you want and you want to create in life, you basically just want to create, like if you want to create this book, or whatever, or something, is because you want to, and you believe that through creating this book you will have greater peace. I don't know. So whatever it is, and it's not about a book, but let's say, I don't know, create these glasses, and but of course we all are needed. the way we are. So, and the funny thing is, while you're going through all kinds of stuff in your on your path, you learn, how to say no to other people because you want to hold on to self. And when that comes up, eventually you learn to say no to everything. You're gonna go overboard and you're gonna say no to your joy too. And it's like you're going in swinging. It's like the pendulum, the pendulum effect. It's like you were here, and then although you want to be in the middle and you're looking for balance and harmony, but the swing has to go on the other side as far as it was on this side. And sometimes we go overboard. It's like really, so until we really will find our balance, and we really find how to revel in ourselves, and be balanced, and in harmony, and really well off and complete within ourselves, without all the other stuff that would influence us in a way, in a negative way, in that sense. Or let's say we would feel so bad, but we feel so bad because we're clearing and purging at that time. And it's so funny because everybody is telling you how to get better, but come on, and when you go through your awakening process and integration and all that stuff, there will be days when you feel like, okay, you get a breather, and then work time again. It's like it's a constant roller coaster until you are in smooth land, and in your magical field. So, well, thank you for listening, and that was it. So accept changes, even when it's hardest. And at the time, maybe you have to convince yourself a little bit. At that time, maybe you talk to yourself a little bit, but eventually it's going to be just so natural. It's going to be natural to you to accept changes. Okay? So have faith, and losing faith and finding faith. And that's just the way how it goes during this time. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye.